Yo, 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 Mundo in the house. What up, people? Welcome to Saber Talk Sunday. Charlie, my man's in the house. Gratitude, my brother, gratitude for showing up, man. I hope everybody's doing well tonight. And of course, we are going to talk about can you learn from YouTube? Can we or can we not learn from YouTube? Absolutely, we can. And I hope we'll get some more people coming in here pretty soon. And we're going to have a damn good discussion. And N's in the house. What up, bro? NN is in the house. How are you doing, my friend? How are things going for you on your end? I hope all is well. All is good. I think we're going to have a pretty fun discussion tonight. And you know, I want to mention really quick before we get into tonight's discussion, though. I recently went to a birthday dinner at Longhorn Steakhouse here in Corpus at La Palmera Mall, man. And one of our servers, his name is Michael, and I tell you, he took care of us really, really good, man. So, and he started following me. So, I'm hoping he's watching tonight. I know he's probably working. He's probably working. So, yeah, he may not be able to watch us right now at the moment, but he'll probably be watching us a little bit later on after he gets out of work or something, you know. I'm hoping he'll be able to do that. Uh, Sorry, guys. Got You guys need to be careful if when you're doing saber work and you're cutting wires and stuff. Make sure that you clean up really well. I just had a wire stuck in my foot right now, and I tell you, it's not fun to get that stuck. So sorry. I apologize for the side view of uh of my face here, but going back to the server, man, Michael, he really took care of us. They kind of messed up on my order and a few other orders, and they corrected the situation. And he's such a awesome dude. And he's actually into Star Wars and sabers too. He's thinking about getting his saber. So if he's willing to, Michael, if you're watching, man, thank you. I appreciate you so much, dude. And if you like, I can kind of get you started in a way, and we can get some parts, and I can help you put it together or whatever, dude. So it'll be another good learning deal for the both of us, and that way I can get you started in the hobby, dude. Okay. So yeah, Michael, badass server, Longhorn Steakhouse here in Corpus at La Primera Mall. So if you guys are ever in the yeah, in Corpus, and you go to that mall, the steakhouse, I tell you what, ask for Michael because he's like really cool, dude. Really cool guy. So going back to tonight's discussion, man, can you learn from YouTube? Yes, absolutely. There is so much content out there, right? There is so much content out there on YouTube. I mean, you've got hundreds and hundreds of guys just dissecting and reviewing sabers, right? John from Collector's Outpost, man, he does awesome reviews on lightsabers and lightsaber companies, right? And especially art sabers. Art sabers looks like they have a bunch of good stuff. And I haven't got an art saber yet, but you know what? Um, as thorough as John is, I would absolutely take his word. When you watch his videos and see how he looks and describes everything, goes through everything, evaluates everything from these sabers, there's no doubt in my mind that John absolutely knows exactly what he's doing. And then of course the tutorials that he has on weathering sabers and everything, they're just phenomenal. So you can learn from John at Collector's Outpost to learn how to weather a saber. I mean, it's there are avenues that you can take to absolutely learn how to do things yourself. And especially if you have a teacher that, a person who is in the same hobby that's willing to teach you how to, um, do things, how to soldier, how to put LEDs together, how to do this, how to do that, how to do each component when making the sabers, right? How to make a font. Some of the great saber font makers, BK, Kyberphonic. I mean, all these guys, that we hear about, Jesse. I mean, all of these guys. I'm telling you, all of these guys that know what the hell they're doing, they learned it either through doing it and getting online and watching YouTube videos and learning from this person and from that person, and then they emulate something, or they get one thing and they try it out and they did it, they got it, and they started learning from there. So yeah, I mean, the sky's the limit, in terms of learning stuff on how to become proficient in saber making, right? Now, needless to say, that you have, hey, Meg is in the house. What up? What up? Yes, exactly, Meg. That's what I was explaining to everybody about, and especially yours, man. So Meg has actually put out some great videos on making blades, on doing profi boards, on soldering, and he used, utilizing that microscope to see the soldier points that he does. I tell you, I even learned from Meg Tooth. I mean, just the stuff that he does. Charlie says, I'm still getting used to Sundays, always making my evenings better. Mundo, thanks, brother. Oh, you're welcome, Charlie. You're welcome, my friend. Anytime. That's what I'm here for, Charlie. That is what I'm here for. I want everybody to come on here, and I want people to have a good time. This is Saber Talk Sunday, but we're here to have a good time. Like, we're sitting at a table and we're talking all of this stuff, man. I want to have I want people to have a good time doing this. Makes this I drilled a hole in a TGE wall and hit water line and had to rip out. Oh no! Oh no! And play plumber. Oh, Meg, was that in the room with all your stuff, with all your sabers and everything, or not? I hope, or was it in a different room? If it was a different room, I guess it'd be all right, right? As long as you didn't mess up all your stuff in the room. 40 days and 40 nights of rain. Oh, Jesus. My goodness. An ark. Wow. Oh, okay. It was in garage. Okay. So that's not too bad. I mean, not, I apologize, dude. It is bad because you had to deal with all of that stuff. I mean, it's not easy stuff to deal with and everything like that. But, I think you would have been more pissed if it had been in the saber room and messing everything up. So, thank God it didn't get all of that stuff messed up, right? So, now, Meg, let me ask you this. When you first got started, and did you watched Shamim and you watched a bunch of others, but when you got really started, did you start watching some YouTube videos or you just like went at it? I mean, yeah, the Saber Room would be Shamim, right? Okay. See, that's how I kind of got started. I started watching Shamim, I started watching Rob and Space, right? Now, Alaska Vader, I did see him a time or two. I saw him a time or two, and I thought that was pretty interesting. But as I watched his videos and rewatched his videos on certain things, I noticed that there were some things he kind of left out, and I'm not sure if it was just because maybe his camera, ran out battery or something, and or when he was doing the editing, maybe he edit some stuff out of there, right? No, yeah, Meg Tooth is the wizard, brother, not me, man, not me. I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. I intend to be, but not yet. I'm still learning, Charlie. So, give me a little bit of time. I got one. I got two under my belt, and I'm gonna get a third one. So when I get to maybe about 10, I think maybe I can get to the next level. I'm working on it, brother. I'm working on it. I soldiered in high school, and I was a vocal education student in high school. Small engine repair, auto mechanics, electronics, and wood shop. Well, damn, I mean, Meg, you were freaking awesome with stuff, dude. And everything that you did in high school really, transcribes onto your YouTube channel. And I, you know, I really enjoyed watching your videos as well. I mean, I enjoyed watching Shamim, Space, and you as well. And yeah, yes, I did, man. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna turn it on in a little bit. I'm working on a blade, so I don't have a blade, but I did made a blade plug, so I'm going to put the blade plug in it here after a little bit, and so that way you can see it running. And of course, I put it on, you know, um, Instagram and stuff too. So I think we need to get more students. I ship in. Oh yeah, oh yeah. That would be, Meg, I think that might be like that would be a freaking awesome thing for somebody like you or me or Space. And in a case, I think Space is kind of getting into it a little bit, but have like a saber building class, I think that would be like an awesome thing to do, right? Shop and not ship. I saw blades was squirrely. Oh, saw blades were squirrely? Really? Not sharp enough, or were they just kind of like, need more vocational classes in schools? Yeah, I agree. Still, when that day comes, happy help me. JT, my amigo, after hearing about the Christmas story, saber, yo, shoot your eye out, kid. Charlie's still adamant about the that saber, man. We're gonna have to get that one done eventually. And then says, I would totally sign up for a saber building class. But that's awesome, and then I mean that'd be kind of cool, Maybe I don't know. I'd have to talk to my wife and see if maybe I'll do one on the Mundo channel, right? And just kind of start from the very beginning and have, what I'll do is I'll do an hour of talk and see where everybody is at on purchasing their tools first. And once everybody gets all their tools, and then we can go from there, right? So we'll have like an hourly discussion on a certain day and go from there. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Maybe I'll figure it out. Maybe we can do it like on a Saturday or something, but we shall see. We shall see. No, your native pixel blade was different colors. That vid you posted. Yeah. I'm not sure what happened to the blade, Meg. I don't know if it was because of the way the settings that I was doing on there, or I still have to kind of toy around with some of the settings. I got it where I kind of want it, but at the same time, it's kind of wonky a little bit. So I still need to play around with the settings and see what I changed, what I didn't change, and especially for the blade settings. And I think maybe I accidentally changed blade settings on when I was kind of moving it around and pressing buttons at the same time. So I'll have to look at it and see what changed at that point, because I want to make sure that I get a pretty solid color in the blade and do some different animations inside the blade that I want to do. Now, I do know that the Fire, I believe it's Fire 2 blade, does really, really well with the Vendari sound font. And that's such a wicked sound font, man. So almost looks like a RGB blade getting signal for RGBW. Right? I was thinking the same thing, but it's kind of weird. So I'm not sure exactly what happened with the blade. But then again, my blade has just kind of gotten wonky a little bit. So today I was kind of working on the blade. I haven't really got um let me see if I can pull it up here just and kind of get there it is. Um I was kind of working on it on trying to repair it since it wasn't working the way I wanted it. And since there was some uh I used some kind of pixels from Amazon. Forgot what they are. But see, I was working on this today, and I haven't even really finished it. I haven't even had a chance to test it out yet or anything. But what I end up doing and what I end up seeing is that right here, I had to cut out two sections right here, 4 pixels out, right? I think they might be 50-50. I'll have to look. They might be. I do know that they're about, so I think I spent about $60 for each for the whole blade, you know, um, for both strips, 30 bucks a piece. And so what ended up happening was that the four LEDs I end up having to cut out because right here it looked like it was kind of burnt out a little bit. And so um they are 50. I can see them. Yeah, I think you're more than likely you're right. So what ended up happening was right in here where the wires go, it was kind of burnt out a little bit. So I was thinking, well, maybe that's the problem. I'll go ahead and cut them out. And since I already had the extra pieces of strips from when I bought these and cut these out, I had more than enough to go ahead and put some new ones right in here and redo this part. So after the show, right now I'm also charging my battery. I tried to test this out, and last week I had left my battery in my saber. Even though I put the kill key, I was surprised that it still drained my battery out. Um, and I don't know if maybe it was because of this. When I tried to test it, it just pulled too much or something like that. So yeah, as we speak, I'm testing the battery, charging the battery out right now because it was at full capacity a week ago, last Sunday, and or was it like, oh, it was probably like Friday or something like that, and I left it in the saber, and even though I had the kill key in it, uh. 3535 SK 6812 make better blades with less side shadow. Surprisingly, Meg, this didn't have too much shadow in it. I don't know if it's just because of the way I had the shrink wrap, right? Mundo just shared this stream. Hope that was okay, and people need you to see you guys' page. Yeah, no, not a Charlie. Share it as much as you want, man, and I appreciate that, dude. Meg, and share Meg's content too, because Meg, every bit of content that gets shared we definitely appreciate it, man. I mean, just knowledge is power, and getting knowledge to people is what we should be doing. And for those who want to be able to do this themselves, I mean, that's it's a fun hobby, and that's what we should be here for, is to help those who want to learn how to do this and have fun with it. Because I mean, it's fun. I mean, and it could be an escape for people as well. For me, it's very um relaxing. You know, when I do stuff like this, it's relaxing to me because all my cares and troubles just go out the door. I focus on this and I focus on music and when I'm doing the show just like this and talking about this stuff, it's super relaxing because all of my troubles, all of my worries, everything just goes out the door for that little bit of time. And it's my me time. You know what I mean? you know? And so um and people can learn a lot from Meg, myself, Anthony, uh, you know, Shamim. If Shamim was around, he would so help people, a lot of people too, right? And of course, then like you got Benji, Nerf Herder. Benji was really awesome in putting out all of those videos from TCSS as well on what it takes to buy saber stuff, the pricing and everything, and how to navigate this, how to navigate that. Lando Sabers, he did a lot of work on going to good and bad companies, who you should buy from, who you should not buy from, what the reasoning behind who you should buy from and not to buy from. Yeah, saber therapy, exactly, right? Saber therapy always helps, man. I mean, it helps me a lot. I mean, I deal a lot of, you know, bipolar and everything else under the sun individuals. So yeah, man, just this takes away my brain from any of that. And I know that tomorrow I'll be knee deep in all of that. And it's but for the moment, doing this stuff, I don't have a care in the world. But yes, you can absolutely and see, Meg knows his stuff. I mean, he pinned these LEDs right away, right? And so, you can definitely learn from YouTube channels and YouTube people who are willing to put that content out there to help people get where they want to be. Now, and I understand that it is a preference for everybody, right? I mean, preference of you wanting to buy a saber and a preference of you wanting to do it yourself. So you have those two kinds of people. And the ones that want to do that themselves, they will take the time to learn in going through the YouTube channels, find somebody that they enjoy watching, right? Now, and here's the thing, okay? You need to make your own assumptions about people, and get a feel of for who's good, who's not good, who you want to be in connection with. Okay, nobody's going to tell you, this and that, and some people are going to tell you, oh, don't go with this guy or don't go with that guy. You need to make your own assumptions. Do your homework on who they are, where they're at, if you're willing to learn with them, if you're not willing to learn with them, if you want to do things on your own, do things on your own. um there's some good information out there and there's some okay information out there. There's a lot of established people who have done wonders and in times of in terms of getting the information that is pretty damn accurate out there, right? Now, I tell you, when I started learning, like I said, I watched Meg, I watched Shamim, I watched Mad Cow from Genesis Custom, you um, you know, I watched Benji, I watched Solo Sabers, you know, there's a lot of people that I've watched on there, and you'll know that I've named quite a few people and thanked quite a few people for help getting me to this point because without those resources, it had taken a lot longer and a lot of it would be almost impossible for me to do it myself. But of course, determination and want to be able to do it too helps. I mean, you have to have that determination that you're going to want to build it for yourself. If you don't have that determination, you don't want to do it, then pay somebody to do it. But at the same time, you have to understand that if you're going to pay somebody to do it, go to a trusted source for your commission, find out who's trusted, who's not, right? Email and hit up that person. But what you do have to do, make sure that you give them enough time. Sometimes a year is not even enough, okay? It may take up to a year, may take up to a little bit longer, who knows? But you have to understand that when these people take on commissions, they're doing this, but at the same time, they have this is not their normal job. They're doing this on the side. They have a family, they have lives, they have other things that they do. So they will work on it when they can and try to get it done as things come. And you may not be the only person who has a commission with that person. So maybe you have five people ahead of you before they can get to yours. And you have to wait a little bit longer just so that they can start working on that. Okay. So let's say it takes them a month to work on one. Well, let's say you got five people ahead of you. So that's 5 months before they can even get to yours right there. Okay. So, give them some time. And especially if they are well established, like Meg too. And you have to understand that if you want a quality saber, you can't really brush things like that, right? They're custom built for a reason. And you can go and buy you one, and like Meg and I agreed, you having all of these Chinese market sabers that are coming in and they're building these and cheap and everything else like that. But they may work for a little bit and then that's it. You're not getting your real money's worth. But then again, if that's all you can afford, that's all you can afford. I can barely afford the one that I make. But I tell you, I'm willing to do what it takes to save up my money, even if it's dimes, nickels, pennies, whatever. I don't care. I'm going to save up a little bit here, a little bit there, and make sure that I'm going to get a good saber. Just like I commissioned, with Anthony, Space Window, right? And I tell you, I know it's going to be worth it. When I get the saber, it is going to be the most amazing, Graflex, and to me, it'll be the most amazing Graflex in the world. Uh, simply because made by Space, and from what I understand, Jedi Arms Dealer had a little hand in it. So I tell you, it's going to be amazing. And you know, it will be the most precious thing in my arsenal. Yeah. And it will be housed. Oop, it will be housed right in here with LEDs. And hopefully a good stand will go in there so it'll lean on the stand and stuff. Charlie says, nothing but respect for you guys. I hope you've spoken. I am still thunderstruck. I don't care if it took a year. I can't remember, but JT Space and probably many others made for me, Lord Star. Oh yeah, yeah. It's awesome, dude. That's an awesome saber, I tell you. Anthony had fun working on that thing, man. He really did. And I was glad that I had the chassis for it. So it was awesome. And because I had asked Space, I said, "Hey, I think this chassis is gonna work, man. Go for it." So yeah, it was pretty cool. And it was pretty awesome. It's an awesome saber. Every time I look at it, man, it's like, yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm glad you really enjoy it that much. And Charlie, also, man, the katana saber that you got is just out of this world as well. Eventually, I'd like to acquire one of those, right? Simply because I do collect a lot of katana stuff. So, Jim, what up, my buddy? Jim's in the house. Jim is in the house. So, again, it's all up to people whether they really want to learn how to do this or not. I mean, you can absolutely learn from all these YouTube channels and learn from good quality sources. Again, Benji from Nerf Herders, Jeremy from Solos, you know, uh, Hexx, now he's gone, but still, he had some awesome videos out there on teaching people things. Shamim had awesome videos, right? There are so many people out there that you can learn from on how to do this. And one of the people that I just watched a video on not too long ago. Well, actually, I take that back. I watched his video probably about 3 or 4 times now, and I still enjoy it, which is the the eccentric art. I think it's called the eccentric artist, right? And he has a YouTube where I think he builds two different lightsabers, and he teaches how to build a blade. He teaches how to do a couple of different um, sabers, but he also does other things as well. So he doesn't do just sabers, but he is a person of great quality information, great quality instruction on how to do things. And I highly recommend watching The Eccentric Artist, right? Yeah, the Ronin, yeah, dude, it's a killer saber, dude. Yeah, I imagine it works really well. It really works well. So the eccentric artisan, I'm hoping that I can, and I don't know if he watches this or not, but I'm hoping he does. And I know he's on the forums. He's on all kinds of forums and everything. And I need to try to see if I can get a hold of him because I would really love to get him on the show if he's able and willing to. And he's one of the people that I want to try to get on here. And I did try to get Obadiah Kenobi on here, and he's been a little bit busy. So maybe with this, uh, maybe with this time slot, maybe I can get him. I don't know. I'm gonna email him back and see if he's willing to do it at this time. If not, then that's okay. I mean, he reviews a lot of sabers as well, and if I can. There's a few other people who may, I don't know if they're still doing it as far as reviewing sabers and not reviewing sabers. Maybe I can get them on here. I just need to talk to them and see what they're up to and if they're willing to come on. If they have the time to come on, that's another thing. I want to make sure that they have the time, and if they don't, that's okay. Um, there's a lot of people out there that I can try to bring onto the show. I'm pretty stubborn, and if they've got the time and they want to have a little fun, I think I can get them on. So we'll see about that. So it's in the works. Jared, what's up? Jared's in the house. The original, only one and only Elvis impersonating King. Elvis Jared McDaniel, a hunka burning love, saber builder as well. Yeah, just today we are discussing some sabers and stuff like that as well, man. So he has an interesting take on a Mace Windu, man. Uh-huh. Mhm. Lord have mercy. No, I don't want to sing because if I sing, I'm gonna start getting people are gonna start leaving the show. I'm all like, yeah, yeah. And Jared, I'll leave the singing to you, man. Uh-huh. That's right. So yeah, man. I mean, you can there is so many YouTube channels out there that you can learn from. And I've seen a bunch of saber reviewers, right? And I think I don't know what your guys' takes are on when you watch some of these saber reviewers, whether they have a good grasp on some of their saber reviews. And of course, a lot of these reviewers, some of them, and I'm not saying all of them. There are a lot, but there's some that actually have an honest opinion, but because they get sent some free stuff, it's kind of biased, right? But I do want to reiterate, like I said, um, John from Collector's Outpost, he gives honest reviews. He really does. And specifically, he will go with people that, he gets sabers to review, okay? But he gives an honest review. And if you really listen to his reviews, he doesn't pull any punches. And especially when he did a review for Anthony's blades and other blades like that, he didn't pull no punches. I mean, he went straight up. But he showed you what his favorite blade was, which was the Quad Star, right? I'm telling you because, he gives such honest reviews, and you have to learn from these honest reviews. Just because you get sent some free stuff doesn't mean that you have to say, yeah, it's a great product. Because in reality, if you're going to do that, you get somebody who goes and buys the product and then they really get let down with it. It doesn't do any justice to anybody. So there's a learning curve there, and you know you have to really go and make sure that things are accredited and so forth, right? Because like I said, there's a few people out there that will say, well, yeah, these are great product and this and that, and that's just because they got the free stuff, and their stuff may work great, but if somebody else gets the same product and theirs works for 5 minutes and then it doesn't work, well, what happened? This person said it was great. It worked good. It does this. It does that. What happened? Doesn't work. And one of the great things that I appreciate, like because I endorse, Anthony a lot, and not because I do the channel for Anthony. He brought, a new person in to help him make blades. He did a video, okay, and the gentleman's name is Reese, and he did well for his first time, right? Right. Pretty doesn't mean correctly machined or installed. Correct, Jared. Absolutely. And Reese did, for his first time doing the little video, he did pretty damn good. I was really impressed, and Space and I were talking about that, and eventually, he wants to get him on the show, and I told Anthony, I said that'd be a great idea to get him on to get him some exposure, for future shows, future videos, and everything else like that, and get him more comfortable and get him more comfortable at what he's doing. Collector's Outpost, and guys, that's what I watch. One, that's all I have time for. Plus, Collector helped me out with finding the scabbard for Ronin Saber. Dude, yeah, I mean, John is just absolutely fantastic, man. A great source of information, a great source to learn from. And this is what I'm talking about. This is why tonight's topic was so important to me because, you know, you have such great information out there. It's up to you to take advantage of it. Whether you do or not, that's on you. I mean, I'm not going to tell you just because I mention these names and mention these people, your choice of what you want to do, right? I mean, I can put the information out there. Whether what you want to do with the information is totally up to you. And um, I'm just letting you know for myself and all of the new people that are coming into the hobby, and for all the people that ask, the seasoned veterans of saber making, you ask them the same question. They get the same questions here and there all the time. And I don't mind repeating the same questions over and over again. I really don't. And that's what the Mundo channel is here to do, is to help people get into the hobby, the newbies, with information, with finding information, checking out people's YouTube channels, information. Like Carly King, she's so fun to watch, right? And she reviewed one of Anthony's blades, and she really enjoyed that TriStar, and from that point on, Anthony got super busy with his blades and everything. So information can help a lot of people, but it's what you do with that information is up to you, right? And again, like I said, that's tonight's topic is, can you learn from YouTube? And yes, you can if you want to. If you want to. I mean, that's like I said, that's totally up to you. Um, Again, great source, Benji from Nerf Herder. He did an absolute bang up job on getting information from TCSS on how to navigate the site, on how to do certain things, on pricing for parts for your saber needs, right? Rob Petkow, he did an awesome job of teaching people how to make blades, how to wire up buttons, neopixels, how to do all kinds of things. So for those of you who want to learn, just like I have, go watch Benji, go watch Nerf Herder, go, watch Anthony on some of his stuff. Anthony's, he made a video on how to do a TriStar, on how to make your own TriStar. And Anthony also told me that they're going to come out with a new video on a new way of doing the TriStar, because of the 3D printed part that's going to come out. Yes, Jared, exactly. Right, Meg 2 Sith. He's on here and he's listening and watching and all kinds of stuff, and then he is another great source. He has a video on how to make blades. He has a video on how to set up profis. He has um Vet 263. He is another great source of information to learn from when you're doing profi stuff. Uh, Jim says, I knew you had to know that the content maker knows what you want to learn from YouTube, but yes, you can learn from YouTube. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Jim. There's so much content out there, but you have to do your homework. I mean, you can't just go and expect things to happen, doing this and doing that. I mean, you have to figure out your way. Yes, you can emulate what these guys might do, but in 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 all reality, when it comes down to it, you're going to have your way of doing things. They have their way of doing things. You could emulate what they do, and it might work for you. But then again, it might not work for you. You might go about it a different way, and it does work for you. So you have to kind of, you can learn from these guys, like I said, but in the end, you're going to put your own spin on it one way or another. Okay. You Let's see. Dude, Carly is good lady, always kind, studies martial arts, and when she does her reviews, I can see that Taekwondo training and she moves nothing but things said about her. Yeah, I like her content, man. She's always very energetic about stuff, and I like the fact that she keeps it kind of real too, right? She keeps it kind of real with things, and you got to appreciate those people that kind of keep it real. And it just because they're teaching you some things and everything like that, you want to put your 2 cents in. But if you're brand new, you have to make sure you know what you're talking about, because these guys who are seasoned vets, they've been doing this for years. And if you only been doing it for a couple of months and you think this and you think that, well, I tell you what, they're gonna have some words with you, man, because they've been doing it for years. And if you only been doing it for months, you better have some respect for these guys, because I guarantee you. Things can turn quickly on a dime. You may not get help, you may, who knows, but give the guys who know what they're doing the respect they deserve. Give them the money they deserve. If you tend to get a commission from them, and I tell you, just give them the respect that they deserve because in the long run, they're the ones doing it, not you. Now, if you learn and you choose to do it yourself, hey, respect to you. That's your choice. I learned to do it for myself because I wanted to learn to do it myself, and I was fortunate enough to learn from these amazing people, and especially Jared, especially Tom, Meg, Anthony, all of these guys that I've learned from, even Benji. I could text Benji and Benji would answer me, and I appreciate so much help that Benji got for me. So, um, and I tell you, dude, I'm trying not to break down a little bit because Harrison, Harrison, hey Titan, Harrison, I could just talk to and text him at any time, any day, and he was right there. Harrison was one in a million, and the three amigos of Saber Talk, the original, the one of the original Saber Talk three amigos, man. And he would even check up on me and say, "Hey, Mundo, how you doing? Hey, Rich, what up, my friend? How you guys doing? Oh man, I hope the little lady had a great birthday, man. I hope it was all awesome, dude. Yeah, good pics, dude. I was watching. Um, but yeah, Harris. Oh, and Rich, now that you're on here, dude, I gotta thank you too as well. See, because um, learning a lot of stuff. Rich was another one that I could, kindly, go to and have him answer questions for me. And Rich really knows his stuff. I mean, he's a great chassis maker. He's a great information person, and I tell you, very knowledgeable about the Golden Harvest Board and everything. And see, Jared says it's a lot of work, and they definitely earn their money and commissions, and they have a skill set and had to be learned. And the most people don't know what learn as far as hilts go. Yeah, the craftsmanship, exactly. Great craftsmanship, and great people do great craftsmanship and stuff like that. Yeah. Um, I'm still in awe with Jeremy from Solos because he does such great work and stuff too. So, you know, all of these guys, and I just, it's something special, and the people that I learned from and that have helped me, uh, such great information, right? Uh, like I said, and Rich was one of those that because very meaningful because the chassis system that I have in Roy Boy 2.0, um, because I had gotten some wires and burnt out two CFXs, and I had gotten a chassis system from Albert, right? And Albert had sent me a great one. I mean, it worked flawlessly. And the error was on my part because the little chassis that fit up in this part right up in here, I didn't have anything in here to really protect the rest of the wires. So I had one single wire hitting the metal and burning up two CFXs because of that, and Rich, like I said, is awesome, and you know he printed out the chassis system for here, and it's just been nothing but uphill from here, man. I tell you, and it is just amazing that I got it to work again. I wondered how long that Roy Boy would be out of commission because of not having the chassis system, and I tell you, Rich just brought it back to life because of his chassis system. and I can never thank him enough for that. Um, Never thank him enough for that. So, Rich, man, this win, this victory is as much as yours as mine. You know, his brother. I guarantee you, the family and everybody just are in awe with it. So, for everybody that contributed to all of this, it's everybody's win, not just mine, not just my victory. Yeah, I put it together, but you know, it's everybody's victory, not just mine. You know, so that I have to give props to everybody that helped. And like I said, going back to Harris, one of the original three amigos from Saber Talk, and that's another reason why I told Space that I would love and be honored to take over to do Saber Talk for them, because even though Anthony and Gabe may not be able to come on, I feel that because of Harris, I owe it to Harris to keep going with the show as long as I possibly can. As long as you guys are willing to come on and listen and be here with me, as long as my health is good, as long as Anthony is able to let me do this, I will be here. I will talk. And if I have to, um, I'm hoping maybe I can get the Mundo channel running too and do something with the Mundo channel that piggybacks off here. But I plan to get more guests on here. I plan to do a lot of things to have a lot more fun with people on here. And this is what, Anthony and Gabe and Harris wanted. We want to talk sabers. We want to have, you know, yeah, Jared, he passed away. Harris passed away, man. Um, sometime back, and it was health related, but he was one of those people that, yeah, he died, Jim. He passed away. I was like, yeah, I'm still kind of bummed out about it. I miss him a lot because he would reach out to me and see where I was with the build, what kind of trouble I was having. I mean, it didn't matter to him. He wanted it. He wanted to see it done. He wanted to see it done, and I got it done. I got it done, man. Yeah, last November. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna go into the details about it, Jared, but it came on pretty quick. So, um, just it Anthony and Gabe. I mean, just the whole, his whole family, his daughters, his son. It was fairly quick, and I mean, he even helped my daughter out by wanting to buy some tamales, and um. I was gonna send his money back. He said, "No, no, 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 man. You do that. Just send me some tamales, dude." I'm like, "All right, dude." So as I was ordering the tamales from a very good place to get them from to send it to him, the next day I heard he was gone, and I was like, "Oh my God!" I was just shocked. So. And Harris was just one of those, and I tell you, I'm never going to um I will never get tired of watching the beginning of Saber Talk. So when you see Anthony, Gabe, and Harris in there, I can rewatch those over and over and over again because it's so cool to watch and what they talk about and everything else on top of that, right? Everybody drink to Harris. Yes, sir. Get your drink in your hand. To Harris. To Harris. And Harris, we got it done, buddy. We got it done. And Harris was the graphics guy too, man. Harris was the graphics guy. And he could teach you anything. I mean, that's why Anthony counted on him for the graphic stuff. And I think JAD also, JD also is the graphics guy as well. And you gotta and Jedi Arms Dealer is another great person to learn from if you know if you see some of his videos as well, and especially on crystal chambers, on the different crystal chambers that he started with into what he does now, oh my God, it's just an unbelievable transformation, and the the work that he's done on different things is just amazing work, right? So if you get a chance, watch Jedi Arms Dealer on some of his videos, and you might just learn a few things because again, he started with very simple stuff and he worked his way up to, I mean, hella badass chambers and hella badass sabers and everything else in between that, you know? So he is another great person to learn from if you get a chance to learn from him. And he's such a great guy too. I mean, all of you guys are such amazing people as well, right? Uh, in like I said, I am so honored to know all of you and to know, you know, everybody who's helped me through this and in the saber community. Now I know people don't always get along and everything like that, but you have to make sure, you know, you stay out of other people's business and things like that. You stay in your corner. Don't get involved with things, but you do make sure you give people the respect that they deserve, okay? Whether you don't agree on something or not, you still have to respect certain things, okay? Keep it civil, keep it respectful, and so forth, right? So let me see if I have enough battery charge right now, then we can let Roy Boy say a little something, man. Yeah, let's see here. Uh, what happened here? Okay. Let's get the battery. I don't know if I charged it up enough. I might not have, but we shall see. So I'm gonna put the blade plug in just a minute. Let me get the battery in here, and we will see what happens. Now, and of course, I haven't had time yet, but of course, when I do get some time, I'm going to start making some clamp cards again. Just I might make a few like this, and if anybody's looking for some clamp cards like this, let me know. Um, you know, we can make a deal out and stuff like that. So uh since he's probably playing on his since he's got work to do probably, man, because otherwise since he'd be on here. He's probably listening and flying. So Cindy, if you're watching and you're listening, bro, get those afterburners going, dude. Rock and roll, brother. Rock and roll. Now if he's not flying, then he's working. So we'll see what happens. I do know he'll watch this later on though. And he'll comment later. So all right. So we got the blade in, signed by Darth Maul, man. All right. So let's see. We hear it going. Oh, Roy Boy is sounding off. He has risen.
Our guests have arrived. Let the negotiations begin.
Ha! So we got the blade plug in going. Got the accents going. Got the accents underneath the buttons right here. Blasters. Pretty smooth. Got the OB. Oh, thank you, Jared. Yeah, man.
It's never time to limber up. Lovely. More smiling faces. Let the negotiations begin.
Let's try another font. Let's see if I can put on the Vendari font because I really like the Vendari font. So hold on here. 1, 2, 3.
Sound menu. Balance.
Yeah, they're pretty awesome, Titan. I really liked it, man. It gave me a little trouble though, and I had to ask Rich for a lot of help. And yeah, he helped me out. And it was all the data wiring that really threw me off a lot of everything because we're almost there.
Son of darkness, eternal prince, the vet, the shadow. Daughter Carvis. The classic villain. Cypher.
Love the thunder. There we go. All right. And I love the way the accents really bring out the Vendari sound font, man. It really brings it out. All right. Well, I love the blasters in this. But like I said, the accents on this particular sound font really bring it to life, man. Really bring it to life. Love it. Yeah. Hold on. Let me turn it off for a second, Jared. Actually, I've got a little bit of soldier on each one of these lines right here and polished it up just a tad bit. And the way I wired these though, I wanted to make it look like a scavenger, um, a scavenger card came out of whatever ship. So they cut it out, they grilled it on, they sand it down on a rock, and they got wires from inside the ship, and they just put it in there, right? So that's the story with this kind of clamp card that I have right there. And you know, I think you know I just saw a thing on Grayscale coming out with a video. I'm like, I've got some Grayscale, sound faults on here as well. And I think the Vendari one is Grayscale. I believe it is. So, but yeah, and I tell you, um, the you can a- if I can do this, guys, if I can do this, if I can learn from YouTube channels and have help from these amazing people on getting, Roy Boy 2.0 done, there is no reason why anybody can get and learn from YouTube channel stuff. Um, I tell you, it's take your time with it. Take your time with it. Learn everything that you can before you do anything. Take your time to learn how to solder. Take your time to learn how to put two wires and solder together. Then take a crappy board, from someone. Some, you know, um, I tell you, get some electronics that are broken. If you have broken electronics, tear them apart. Get stuff off of them. You see this? I don't even remember what this was off of. I see these right here. All I gotta do is take these little buttons off right here, and I'm gonna utilize these buttons in my dad's memory saver. The balance, that memory saver back there, that black one, yeah, those are gonna go onto the little card for the buttons, and I'm gonna figure out how to utilize the buttons like that. And what do you call it? Rich had a great idea on utilizing um, magnets for that. So I'd be able to glue a magnet on here, and then whatever I use to, bring it down, I'm thinking maybe, a spring or two, a spring set system. I'm not sure yet. I'm just kind of toying with things around right now to see how I'm going to utilize. But this will go kind of like something like this will go up in there. These buttons will go on there, and it's it's gonna be killer when I get it done. You know. Yeah, Jared. Practice boards with every kind of connection to practice on. Of course. I mean, you can get practice boards anywhere. I mean, even Amazon has practice boards. You know, cheap and and I tell you, I mean, you can even get practice boards and make your own clamp cards, just like I did. You know, I mean, I get mine from I get my boards from Altex, which is a electronics store, and then I'll cut them up and get them all done and everything like that. So, and then sometimes like this stuff, you know, I plan like right here, I plan to take all of this stuff off right here and kind of use this, see if I can make a clamp card out of this thing, out of this sucker right here. I think that's going to be a great, um, that'll be a great clamp card if I can get it, cut it off and get all this stuff off and utilize that as a clamp card. So, I tell you, there's all kinds of things to learn from. And one of the things that I'm also learning from, and you guys are gonna laugh at me. This is fun. I think it's funny, but you guys may laugh at me. You might not. But making saber boxes, right? You get some boxes from Hobby Lobby. As a matter of fact, hang on. So you get this stuff from Hobby Lobby, right? You get these, and you're gonna laugh at me, but YouTube channel, I'm gonna learn how to use a Cricut machine so that I can sand and stain this thing. Once I get it sanded and stained, then I'm going to utilize a Cricut machine, and on the box, I'm going to have, to whom opens this box, may the force be with you, right? And then inside I have that right there. So already I felt already a bed for it. You see, for the saber that goes in there. I don't know. Let me see if I can. I probably can't. It might be too long, but let me see. Yeah, it's a little too long, so I need a smaller saber. But just to kind of give you all an idea, you know, the smaller ones will sit down up in there, and yeah, it is what it is, man. So and I plan on putting this on the channel too, eventually when I get it done. Right now, I just haven't had time for it. But again, like I said, I'm gonna learn from YouTube on my wife has a Cricut machine. So I'm gonna utilize the Cricut machine, utilize YouTube to learn how to do the Cricut machine. Um, and you know, maybe eventually learn how to sew like Megtooth. Megtooth does freaking awesome, man. He makes his own he made his own Kylo Ren costume. And so and then he made, some armor too. He made some armor and he showed that what he used to do the armor with, and it came out fantastic. Um a laser engraver for you. Oh yeah, right. Um Jared, I don't know if I'd invest in a laser engraver. I don't know, maybe in time, but not at this time. Things are a bit tight right now, so little bit at a time, little bit at a time. You got to do what you can. You don't want to put, you don't want to use money that you can't really use for things, because for right now this is play money stuff. um you know this is play money. You have to have your priorities. Make sure you have priorities first, and then utilize things. So um you could do it. That's an idea right there. There's definitely an idea. So there's all kinds of things that you can do and learn from on YouTube channels in terms of your saber needs. And determination, willingness to do it is all it takes, and it's all you should take, right? And you can absolutely learn from YouTube to learn to make your own saber. Now you might have to, buy parts here and there, or you can pay somebody to make parts here and there at a at a metal shop. So if you don't want to go to like the custom saber shop, if you don't want to go and buy one that's already made, but you want to do one yourself, you can absolutely go to a metal shop, give them the specs that you're looking at, and tell them and show them what your needs are and have them build it for you and go from there. Or if you have the money, if you have the time, get yourself a lathe and build yourself your own bodies, your own sabers and stuff like that. So there are many different avenues to learn and to do and to get your custom saber the way you want it. So with that, um, cheers to everybody. I love all you guys. I hope you all have a great week. Um, Remember, like and subscribe if you want, if you wish. It's free will. I leave it up to you guys. I would very much appreciate it for those of you watching and have not, done so. I would appreciate it. You can also, if you don't get a chance to watch this channel, the Custom Saber Shop, you can absolutely go to the Mundo channel, right? Mundo Cabrera at Mundo Cabrera 7007, right? Because what you watch here, you can also watch over there. So if you miss something here, or something happens where you can't see the Civilized Saber channel, go to the Mundo channel and you can absolutely watch it there. Because, like I said, what I do here is what I do over there. And like I said, it's not necessary, but I pretty much appreciate it if you like and subscribe. And if you want to have fun, you want to come hang out with me at the channel and talk sabers, I welcome everybody. I welcome you guys to come out and let's talk sabers. Let's have some fun, guys, because that's what Mundo Channel Saber Talk Sunday is about. Having fun, talking sabers. And if you want, your choice, drink responsibly. Okay, love you guys. Let me see. I'm gonna brand out. Dee, 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 dee. Oh my goodness, I am so slow today. Mundo out. Peace.
In here, we pour whiskey.